Don't waste time or effort over any suggestion of lack, humanhood, personal sense, body, or thing. In every case, it is an argument that you are man, human. Humanity is a fraud. Reality cannot know it. Greetings from beautiful BC, Canada, and welcome to Stir Up Your Purpose channel. I hope your day is going great. And how is the weather in your area? I just came back from the warm tropical weather of Lagos. I'm back to the cold weather in BC. I was in Lagos to celebrate my dad's 100-year birthday. We celebrated his birthday, but he passed away 5 days after marking that milestone. His wish was to reach 100 years, and he made it. We thank God for his life, and may his soul rest in perfect peace. It's been a while since I did a post on the Alfred Aiken letter series, and today I would like to share one of his letters from his book titled Power. This is a letter sent by Alfred Aiken in response to calls for clarification about his work and for assistance in dealing with life issues. I love those letters. They help me to connect deeper with his material. This is one of the ways you get to understand and appreciate the practical application of the absolute teaching, which is always based on the simple and uncomplicated premise that God is all and all is God. Only God is happening. Never waste a single moment analyzing a problem or an issue. And if you are new to this material, let me share with you the words of Alfred Aiken on what his material is all about.
In order that this be totally clear to everyone what we are talking about, I'd like to make this statement for those who are here for the first time. This is not a talk on metaphysics. It is not a talk on religion. And it is not intended to be anti-anything. From first to last, our work does not deal with that which is not. We're interested only, totally, exclusively, and frequently with that which is. Well, that's the only concern that should be of concern to us. That which is.
The letter I'm sharing today is on page 242. For those who are new to this material, I would like to congratulate you and just want to indicate that when we integrate this type of teaching to our way of life, it is important to pay attention to those ideas and leadings that unfold and act on those ideas. That is where the magic happens, and this is where we can also miss the mark if we are not paying attention. Let's get into the letter, which I titled Your Substance Itself. I'll also share my insights on this letter, so stick around to the end. Dear so-and-so, don't waste time or effort over any suggestion of lack, humanhood, personal sense, body, or thing. In every case, it is an argument that you are man, human, that you have a body, and that body is your I identity. That body is responsible for your comfort, well-being, and so on. The truth is that you are substance itself. Wealth itself. Wealth is but another way of saying that the intelligence which I am is complete. And the same goes for the word health. Both mean conscious completeness. All forms of manhood, humanhood, lack, personal sense consist of incompleteness. So waste no effort over the pseudo-mind that knows incompleteness. You are not such a mind, and nowhere in that which you be can you find such a mind. No such mind means no human conclusion, inclusion, or seclusion. Humanity is a fraud. Reality cannot know it cordially. One of the reasons why I love the work of Alfred Aiken is contained in this statement in the letter. All forms of manhood, humanhood, lack, personal sense, consist of incompleteness. So waste no effort over the pseudo-mind that knows incompleteness. You are not such a mind, and nowhere in that which you be can you find such a mind. No such mind means no human conclusion, inclusion, or seclusion. Humanity is a fraud. Reality cannot know it. Let me repeat that. Humanity is a fraud. If you have ever wondered what the absolute way of living is all about, there you have it in this statement. Humanity is a fraud. Reality, which is God, cannot know it. To say God is all and all is God and still believe in a personal sense or lack is to play prodigal, living in the land of good and evil. I would say this type of mindset does not happen overnight, but it requires practice and more practice. And this then becomes our natural way of living. As it is said, life does not happen to you, but it happens with and through you. And you never build muscles without putting in the practice of training. Let me give you an example of this practice. A few months ago, when I was doing my daily walking, normally I try to cover 10,000 steps at least 5 days a week. I think I've slacked in that area now. Apart from the health benefit, it is during this period that I get to listen to my inspirational materials or the works of people like Alfred Aiken, and so on. On this day, I was just about 500 meters from the house, and I noticed a couple in a vehicle. They look like as if they've missed their road or their way, and they beckon on me to come. And when I drew closer to the vehicle to listen to what they wanted to say, I kind of reached out to pause the audio, the earpiece, so that I can listen to what they wanted to say. Actually, I took out one of the earpiece so that I can listen to their question very well. They were looking for a property in our area, and after I showed them, after I directed them and showed them where the property was, I kind of continued on my walk back home. Like I said, I was just 500 meters from the house. And as I continued my walk, I noticed that I had forgotten to put back, my earpiece. And then I reached into my pocket, but it was not there. And I searched kind of all over my pocket trying to look for it. I couldn't find that single earpiece. Then I decided to trace back my steps back to that place where I met that couple. And they were not there again. The vehicle had already gone. Then I walked up and down, no luck. And then kind of felt like, I nearly panicked. I felt that, look, oh boy, I must have lost the earpiece. Anyway, I tried to stay calm. Once again, I retraced my steps. At least I must have gone, like I said, it was just about 500 meters from my place. I went back and forth about 4 times. I combed the road, the sidewalk, check the the curbside, up and down, but no luck. Then I thought, oh, maybe I dropped it into the couple's vehicle, or did it kind of fall into the grass? After I kind of must have gone up and down, I think it must have spent maybe 5 to 10 minutes going up and down. Then I just, at that moment, it dawned on me that this is an opportunity to practice the absolute way of teaching. Now, I'll say, pay close attention to what I'm about to say. I told myself that, yes, this form called Ade seemed to have lost this earpiece. But truth can never, ever lose anything. Even though it looks so like a daunting task, I maintain this attitude of mindset and felt the reality that earpiece, I kind of felt it in my hand, reach into my pocket, kind of in my imagination, play with it, holding it, feeling the reality in that moment that I have this earpiece, even though it's so small, right? And I continued in that contemplation. I stayed with it until it felt real to me that I have not lost this earpiece. And then I let it go. Kind of just believe that whatever it is, truth will make itself known. That day I just went about my thing, I looked around, nothing happened. I was trying to pay attention to whether I'm going to get any leadings or ideas. Nothing really surfaced, so I just left it as that. But I was still in my mind's eye assuming that I still have the earpiece, imaginarily put it in my ear, imaginarily kind of took it out from my ear and put it in my pocket, kind of feel it. And I kept on doing that throughout the day until I went to sleep. Next day in the morning, because this must have happened on a Saturday, then the next morning I quickly went about to go out again just to quickly do my normal walk in the morning. And as I was about to kind of put on my trainers, somebody just told me to pick up where we have the shoe rack, to just lift it up. I said, what is this? How can I lift up a shoe rack? What for? And then I just took away the shoes on top of the shoe rack, and then I lifted it up. And right at the center on the floor where the shoe rack was that missing hair piece. Honestly, there's no way in a million years I could have thought that it would be under there. And there is no way in a million years that it could have fallen out of my pocket or whatever. What I'm trying to say is this: there's no coincidence. I can just say that that's the way the absolute works. I have no idea, because we don't know the how. We just stay in the truth. And the truth was that this form called Ade, I said, it cannot lose anything. It cannot lose that earpiece. And in a mysterious way, it materialized under that place. You never know the how, but you just stay in truth. Just wanted to share that practical application of what truth was all about. Because that moment when I was going up and down the street for about 10 minutes, I just dawned on me. I said, come to think about it. This is a moment to practice this absolute teaching. And the mysterious way, for me, honestly, that actually strengthened my belief. That actually strengthened my awareness of what this study is all about. This study that Alfred Aiken shares in his letters. The studies that even the works of Hap Fitch talks about. So if you are new to this type of teaching, I will encourage you, just browse around, look around all the materials I've shared on this channel, and don't just listen to those works. Put them to practice. Practice and practice. You never know the how, but you must know who you are in truth and stay in that truth. And truth will show itself in a mysterious way. And the only thing that you can say is just, thank you, Father. Gratitude, nothing more. Thanks for listening. I hope you were able to pick one or two things. And as usual, if you are new to this material and you have questions or just something that is not very clear to you, you can always reach out to me. My email is on YouTube. You can always find me on other social media platform. I go by StirUpYourPurpose. StirUpYourPurpose. Thanks once again, and have a great day.